Welcome to the Linux channel, and today we're going to show you how to create a bootable thumb drive or USB key with your favorite Linux distribution. Now you have to first download your image file from your Linux distribution. I chose for this example Ubuntu, which is a very popular distribution, but whatever yours is, it's probably going to work well with this little piece of software. So you go to pendrivelinux.com. On pendrivelinux.com you will have a little piece of software called the Universal USB installer. So once you go there, you will download the Universal USB installer. So you'll see this big button that says download UUI, and once it's downloaded you will use it on your Windows machine to create that distribution. So here it goes. I've already downloaded. Here you will see that I have in this list the Universal USB installer, but I also have a bunch of Linux distribution, and actually the reason why is because I will be testing, using, and showing you on this channel pretty much all the Linux distributions around, and of course every time there are updates I will be checking the updates, comparing the updates to the old version and so on. So like I said, I will use Ubuntu 14.04, which is right here when I click on it, and I will create my drive. So you click your Universal USB installer, and once it's there you click I agree, and here you'll have the USB installer. What you need to do is choose what distribution you are going to use. Now Ubuntu being very popular, it's in one of the first lists, but if you look, there's a very long list of distributions, so make sure that you find your copy, your own Linux in this list. If for any reason you would not find your distribution here, then at the bottom you have try unlisted Linux ISO or Linux image, and try it, because I've had a few Linux versions that weren't on the list and I used the unlisted Linux and it worked fine, so it's probably gonna work anyway. So in my case I am going to use Ubuntu, so I click Ubuntu at the top. Then you browse for the image file, so it's right here, it's showing me Ubuntu. You click open, and then you select your flash drive. Before you start your Universal USB installer, please have your thumb drive or USB key already plugged in a USB port. If you do it afterwards, it won't see it, and you'll have to just shut down the program and restart the selection. So here is mine, D, and then you'll click create. It's going to tell you that it's gonna erase everything on the drive. Are you sure you want to do this? You click yes, and as soon as you do that, you'll see that it's gonna start working and create its own bootable thumb drive. Depending on the distribution, it can go from a minute, minute and a half to several minutes. Some Linux distributions are very big. Some are 4 or 5 gigabytes. Ubuntu is a small one at 979 megabytes, which is almost 1 gigabyte. So you let it do its job, and once this is done, if there are no errors and no problems, you click close, and next time you boot your computer you'll be able to choose simply to boot from the USB drive. So make sure that you choose the USB boot option in your PC or laptop. Most PCs and laptop have this distribution or this option of using USB boot. So there's no problem there. Make sure that you just choose the option. If it doesn't boot, you can go into the BIOS of your machine and try to find where you have to change the order of the devices. By default, most computers are set up to boot from hard drive. Sometimes they are to boot from DVD drive, then hard drive. But USB is often one of the last options, so you can move it up or down in the BIOS of your computer and make sure that you use the USB boot option on your computer. So as you see here, it's going smooth. I've tried about 15 different Linux versions. Never had a problem, always worked very well, so it seems to be a very straightforward. This software works for Windows XP, Vista, 7, 8, and even here I'm on Windows 10 Technical Preview, and it works. So it's a piece of software that works on every version of Windows, basically. And once it's over, you will have that nice little window that's going to show up, and you're going to say everything went well. And make sure that your USB drive has enough space for the distribution that you are going to use. And here's says installation done, process is complete. You click close, and behold, you now have a bootable USB drive. All you have to do is boot from USB on your computer, and it's gonna work. So hope you enjoyed this little piece of advice on how to create a bootable USB key with your favorite Linux distribution. Of course, one of the options you can also use on a image file is to create a bootable DVD, but it's much faster to use a USB drive. If you enjoy our videos and you enjoy Linux, why not subscribe to our channel, and you will be notified every time we have new videos. We'll have videos of lots and lots of Linux, different Linux distributions, and we'll really have also all sorts of videos on explaining how to install stuff, how to tweak the settings and so on your computer. Thanks for watching.